Hello, hello, and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Happy Thursday. My goodness. It's Thursday already. I don't like it. For once, I don't like that it's Thursday already. Because I've only got 4 days left. 4 days. Well, I'll survive somehow. Hope you guys had a lovely day. I didn't do much on the game front today. What did I do today? I learned some Japanese. Watched some YouTube. It's surprising I haven't gone a game this entire time, which has given me a lot of time to do things. You know, surprisingly, I have not gone like Black Myth Wukong or something. Speaking of, hold on a second. Is Black Myth Wukong on my wish list? It is. It just never goes on sale. Okay. I've been waiting for it to go on sale, and it just has not gone on sale. Okay, makes sense. Yep. Okay. Things make a lot more sense now. That's why I haven't gone it yet. To be fair, like, I'm in no hurry to play it, so I'll wait. Wait a second, Little Nightmares 3. Little Nightmares 3? They made a third one? Released yesterday on my birthday? Last update. It released today. Well, that has like no reviews at all. There's like barely any. Did anybody even know it's coming out? Good. Little Nightmares 3. I didn't know they were even working on a third one. But release date today. But 82% is not great. Also, very little. I played the first one. I never played the second one. Hey, Blue Sneaker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. 15,000 for the second one. I know it just came out, by the way. 18,000, 15,000. But I feel like, unless it literally just came out in terms of time, Hey, Blue Sticker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. No idea. 48 reviews, though. Apparently there's Little Nightmares 3. Apparently there's Little Nightmares 3. Go figure. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Today we are adding in the final hotbar attack. This one. We're adding in this one, which means we'll need to add in the effect like the other ones. But the damage would have to potentially be either on the animation, but really on this one, I think it needs to be spawned in. And I think I need to do that for potentially these as well, or I need to make it so you can't. That's what I need to do. I need to make it so you can't dash cancel certain things. Because when you're doing these attacks, once the animation starts, you really should not be able to dash cancel it. When your BCG graph starts to behave oddly, how do you get it to clear its cache? Not the normal things like force fusion. What do you mean behave oddly? Let's start with that. I need an explanation of what behave oddly means. Oh, brother, I don't know what I don't know what you mean by behave oddly. You'll post in Discord? Okay, sure. Sounds good to me. I'm all out of drink. All out. Let's start setting stuff up. Bar attack 4. Oh, by the way, I looked into how does Diablo 4 do the information for controller and console, and the answer to that is it has a basically it does it in the skill tree effectively. Show. Yeah, that's how. Let's duplicate. Okay, so this one is going to be the other attack, which is going to trigger probably around here. Yeah, I'll probably need to add a gameplay attack through here. I can make a custom state where it adds a specific gameplay tag and then removes it over time. Yeah, I'll do that. And then so I can add whatever gameplay tag I want during the time in the line. For now, this will be fine. Let's go. Starting with you. I keep going here because I keep being dumb. Last animation. I should make a new, instead of these, I mean, I guess it's fine to use these because I don't want to add another thing because that's gonna just, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So that should take care of that, and then we need to go to the hotbar. And then do you. Okay. Then we swap out the animation here. Or the effect. And probably not that far out. Let's try this. Actually, let's go here. That's not bad. Maybe a little bit further out. No, I think it was better where it was. Okay. So this one, in terms of damage, I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna do the actual attack here at all. We need to create a notified state to spawn. You have to spawn things. Okay, so where do we put it? Did I put it under abilities? It is an ability. It is part of the ability stuff, I guess. This is all very old, and I'm still using a bunch of these, so I guess I have to pull those, keep those. Let's make a new folder, and this is going to be capsule collision spawner. I don't know. Let's go with that. Capsule collision. Actually, we know what we'll do. We'll call this capsule damage zone. And I'll rename to this capsule damage zone, and then this is going to go into the zones area. Where is it? Where's the zones? I was gonna go level related, right? Yeah, level related, then zones. That's why. In which case, I don't need to put it into a folder. I can have it out here. Hey, Guts, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. How are you? Capsule collision. I'll keep it like this for now. So we're going to set up a few things on this. We're gonna need to grab you, set half height, set radius, Capsule group. Okay. These need to be both exposed on spawn. Okay, so this is gonna set that. Then we also need we need to send the attack through. Oh, should I put this instead? Should I put this on the attack? I guess I guess I can put this on the attack. I put it onto this thing. And then I could do. Then I have the attack information all in here. I mean, this is not much going on here, to be fair. But this does have trace and not trace, and I don't ever want to trace. So really, I want to do execute attack, just not trace. So okay, I can customize this. I can add on to this thing. That'll be fine. But that means we need to get the attack info as an input. I believe. Okay, and then the collision will be ignoring everything except pawn. Normally I do it by character, but hopefully pawn will be fine. And then we do a add event, begin overlap. We just do this and send the attack info through. Oh, it's the received damage info. Wait. Oh, execute. What do we do? What do we do? Here we have all of this that we should be doing. So I do want to do all of this. What I can do is make it a category spell. Maybe. But then they would... I want to spawn in the world a collision thing, but then it needs to have all the information. And the problem is it needs this. I guess I should theoretically have all this, right? Wait, do I have all this? Attack type is attack type. Damage dealer. Okay, I'll need the damage dealer. Attack angle, hold attack multiplier. Damage skill is attack damage multiplier. Doing the projectile. Knockback distance. I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like this. That's how I am. What if instead... I'm just getting rid of it. I really don't like it. What if instead... I close all my blueprints, isn't it? Yeah, I closed the majority of my blueprints. Why? I have no clue. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Epic. I love it that this is how things work here. So much. Okay. What we can try doing is having the attack still and having it at different positions and different points in time. So we can have a small pillar at different points. But hold on. What's this animations like? The animation the animation ends. What's the solution to this? I need to spawn. I effectively need to spawn the collision box, but I need to execute the attack. I guess I can make the damage scale 0 to do no damage with this. Right, so then it'll do all the things, but then... Or I can just tell it not to trace. But... damage scale will be easier. Hum, hum, hum. It does all the traces. Do I do just a trace? Here it does receive damage info, right? It does all of the stuff already. I just don't want to recreate all of this. That's a lot of stuff to re-hook up properly. I could try... If I paused it, that wouldn't help. I'm just gonna play a sound at the end here, just a random one. Make it quieter, just so I can test. Maybe not that quiet. Maybe. But then, no, but see, I'd want to be able to dash away after I finish the attack down animation. Okay, how do we do this? I guess I have to recreate all of the received damage information. I have to basically just do all of this. But I also have to pass through the damage dealer, which is a whole thing. Right, there's the whole multi-attack. No, there's too much. There's too much. I could create specifically a blueprint actor I guess whatever blueprint actor I do has to do execute attack with the trace information that I need. So what I need to do then is let me see. It has to do this one. Which we can get the attack information. So we can fill that all out. But they have to overlap.
Pausing for ads.
Multiple are going at the same time. First one's not finished before the second one goes off, so the collision's easy to figure out. Sending the information through is not the easy part. I have to do it through this. I guess what I can do is The fact that it's overlapping. I guess I have to buy... I can't do execute attack because it's overlapping. I wasn't thinking about this being more complicated than I thought it was, but it is. I could say screw it and trace the entire thing the whole time. We trace the entire thing. Or I stop one and start the next and start the next and start the next. That's the alternative as well. So we do like a trace and then after a moment, not trace, trace, not trace, trace, not trace. This would be a pain in the ass to set up to time, I will say. If I did, actually, yeah, let's do make. If I just made this just for testing. Range, let's say 100, radius 100, half height 300. And then delay half a second. Turn it off. And then delay until next tick. And then turn it on again. But this one be, let's say, 200 out. Oh, it's because target has no target. Get player pawn. Right. Well, right now, hold on. I do have the animation still. Right, animation still goes. Obviously, no trace goes. So let's go here. Duration. I still have a trace. Did I re-add? Oh, I re-added this. Okay, so now they get nothing. Okay. So we could try doing instead of here, let's do it oh, right, it closed. Where is it? Hotbar. Okay, so over here. Spawn actor from class. Get actor transform. Just plug that through. Maybe. Maybe. So I mean, there's going to be a pain in the ass timing it again, but positioning is actually not bad, surprisingly enough. Let's do delay, I don't know, 1.5? Hey, Jonathan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Way too long. It definitely made sense. Thanks. I'm glad you found it to make sense. I do this the dirty way, and then we're gonna, if this works, we're gonna clean it up, obviously. $300, $400, $500. Oh, you know what we can do? I have an idea. No, so it's too slow, and so we need to reduce these times. Let's do a promote to variable. Let's do something like this. So I can just reuse this in all of these. Easier to test. I can have it start at the beginning and then get bigger and bigger and bigger and do the entire length. Nothing's stopping me from doing that. I just need to okay, so that's better, but the distance between all of them is still off. So let's do a distance in between, and then this is going to be a float. And then I'm just going to take this, multiply it by a value. So like this is 1. And we'll say this is, I don't know, 125. 2. Three. 5. Okay, a little too much. Also, I think it needs to start at 100 still. So what we need to do is, first of all, let's do like 115. Although that looked pretty good. I think it started just a tad far, but honestly, if I include that circle there, no, I mean, it's kind of good. I could try 120 and then just do a minus 20. I could try something like this. So it starts earlier. Okay, okay. 125. I think 125 is there, minus 25 in all of these. And I'd want to reduce the duration here to like, I don't know, 0.3. I'll try that. That looks pretty good. Okay, but now I want the trace to happen not just in a pillar. It'll be the first pillar, then the first 2 pillars, then the first 3 pillars, and the first 4, right? And then we're just gonna go out. So what we need to do is the minimum range is always 100. Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna be good with this. Okay, let's freaking clean this up and make this a I was gonna say a function, but I have delay, so I guess we'll have to make this a macro. Hopefully that'll be fine. You know what? We can make this a function. I don't really want to use the macros. I checked, and there's still some issues with macros from what I can find, so I'd rather not. We can put all of this into a function. Execute attack. This is going to be I need the targets. Yeah, it's happening on the player. Hello, Pseudo Kid. Hello, Skronek. Welcome in. How's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well. Days go all right. All right. Kind of issues with macros, crashes and things of that nature. From what I've seen, or what I've heard. So. I don't need that one in there. Just put this in here. Remove these. Then the damage scale or the damage override. Damage scale, how much damage do we want it to do? Per. You know, maybe I shouldn't have it do multiple, because if an enemy gets stuck in there, they will take considerably more damage than it. No, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the original version, where it only does the first one. Fix a funny bug in your game today? Oh, congratulations. Oh, what's so funny about it? What was the funny bug? Did it make you who? Did you make it ha? What happened? Let's promote this to just damage scale. Let's expose this. I'll make it 10x, but I'll expose it. Attack type is a spell. Don't need these here anymore. What about... Oh, I want to see something. Does it have to be... No, it should be melee. It should be melee. It is, as far as my stuff is concerned, melee. All the pedestrians spawned at 000 when you played the game outside of the editor. So when you basically in editor, it was fine, and when packaged, it was at 000. One of those things. Oh, those things are annoying. Oh, I hate those kind of bugs. Yeah, but if it's that, what, shouldn't it be random, not consistent in editor and consistent in packaged? Which I feel like a lot of times they are. Right? But yeah, those things suck. I mean, I got it fixed though. Oh, I also need to here. There is one thing I need to expose, which is this. Locations are preloaded in editor and not in packaged. How's that possible? Well, how are they preloaded in editor but not in packaged? What's the difference? Out of curiosity. What magical thing are you doing in editor? They're fetched through a custom subprocess, and the subprocess is able to run a bit different in editor. Oh. What I'm hearing is because C++. So what I just heard is the problem was caused because of C++. Okay, checks out. Yep. Because subprocesses are not available in blueprints, and I would know. I want them in blueprints. So that's how I know that. Yeah, it's a C++ problem. Yeah, makes sense. Everything checks out. Okay. What happens if I do a for frame? Okay. It should be triggering multiple times, right? Trace attack. It is triggering multiple times, but not for very long. There is a single frame in between. I don't think I need that frame in between, potentially. Let me try removing that frame in between. I think we'll be fine with that. Hey, Stormrun, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What? Why are you crying because of music? What did the music do? You were also gifted a membership yesterday, so you can use the channel emotes if you want to use emotes. I don't have a crying one or a music one, to be fair. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's turn this off and let's go test this out. Let's just see if this thing works. To adventure! Yeah, seems like it works. Oh, hold on. Let me get rid of that freaking sound effect. Okay. Well, acid splash at the end. What happened to the sound here? Why no sound? Sound. No sound. What the heck? That was me. Let's quickly turn on the music. I just want to test. No, still no sound. Wait, why is the other one's not making sound either? What happened? Why did none of them make a sound? Why are they none of them making sound here? Specifically. Sound. Sound. No sound? Sound.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Did I ever... I never re-enabled the audio on this one, so that one makes sense. But other than that, what the heck? I want my audios. Oh, that's working now. That's not. Okay, we'll investigate. It's, I'm sure it's fine. Definitely. Definitely fine. If this all works, audio on is on, because it is making audio, making sound, I mean. So what happened? Why do we hear this one now? Okay, you know what we can try doing? We could try the method that always gets us out of trouble. Turning it off and turning it back on. Oh no. What's different from yesterday? Nothing. Almost nothing. Is there a section you can share the bug? Oh, section. Section you can share the bug in on the Discord. You can put it in the general if you want. Yep. 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 All works. This one works. But why? But why? Oh, turn it off. Turn that off and turn it back on. Dude, this is just a sound effect on an. It is literally a sound on a particle. There's no first, last. You just play audio, and it plays it in the other level. Okay, hold on. Maybe getting to the... Wait, why can I not undo what I did here? Why can I change this and not be able to undo it? Nagra? Nagra? I have questions. I have questions, Nagra. Okay, there's the audio here. Where is it? The audio. Generic sound attenuation. I mean, we don't really need it to attenuate, so, but for some reason it is causing issues. So if we just remove it, it'll be fine. But the question is, why was it fine yesterday. Why is it fine on this thing? I don't have answers to these questions, and I want answers to these questions. Well, here's the thing. On the player, I have where is it? Where did I move it? Where did I move it to? I have, yeah, here. Set audio listener override. Player for the player controller, I put in the capsule component. So the listener is at the player location. And it works. I don't know why yesterday was fine. Hey, Sageless, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Seeing blueprints makes you tempted to stop learning Godot and learn UE5 first. I mean, I don't know coding, so I couldn't do Godot. I love it when a warning becomes an error when you click fix issues. Okay, let's not fix this issue. Okay, just ignore this issue and continue on. Thanks, thanks, Niagara. That was. No. He said blueprints. Pseudo kid. He said blueprints. Okay, let's not get carried away. He said blueprints. Okay. Okay, so now those are working, but let's go ahead and come here. I need to, I'm gonna probably be using most of these, so I'm just gonna open all of these. Yep, and then I also need to open, I don't remember the setup exactly. Where's my sounds? Sound cues. I need to do class. So this needs to be FX audio, if I recall correctly. All of this is effects audio. And I'm also going to turn down the attack of the fourth one. Okay. So then for this one, I want to know which one this one is. And I'm going to tone this one down to like 0.5. You can do blueprints in C++? No, you can just do blueprints. You can just do blueprints. You don't need no C++. It's fine. Join the dark side. Come. Join us. Or join me. Please, not pseudokid. If you're making a single player game, you can do it all in blueprints. You can do the entire thing in blueprints or make a single player game. I can promise you nothing if it's in terms of multiplayer. But for single player games, join me. Join the dark side and dip your toes in. No. That's not the dark side. That's the pitch black abyss. Okay? Mine's just the shade where there's a sun and we try to stay in the shade. It's nice here. It's cool. What you're describing is the darkest pits of hell. If it makes you feel any better, Pseudokid, there's no documentation for blueprints either. A lot more docs or blueprints than C++? Yeah, but how useful are they? That's better. So if we go options and then turn down the effects audio and just off. Yep. Completely quiet. We got all the volumes and all stuff working. Yay! Oink. I still feel like that one's a little too loud. I might want to turn that down a little more. Why is this one 1? Docs for C++ are just API docs. Have you ever seen the ones for blueprints? Just out of curiosity, have you ever seen them? I'll show you after. I'll show you in a second. I think it's still quieter. That seems better. That seems better. Okay. What's a node that we want to? What's something we want to look up for blueprints? Set timer by event. Oh, don't worry. When I search it, don't worry. I get API documentation. Oh yeah, which is just, here's what the input is, here's what the output is, which you can also get by just hovering over the stuff. Yep. And that's pretty much the only one you're gonna find. Let's go look at a different one. Let's try figuring out what it's another one that we can look up real quick. All of these are so many custom ones. So many custom ones. Add a gameplay tag? I don't know. That's not gonna be a good one. What's another node? Oh, here's one. Here's one that I know I wanted. It is the suggest projectile velocity. These, right? So if I search suggest projectile velocity, custom arc. Don't worry. The only information I'm gonna get is from Blueprint API of the same thing. That's it. That's the only documentation-based thing there is. I know it's the same because this is the API docs. Okay, that's the point. The point I'm trying to make here is you're saying there's C++ doesn't have documentation. Well, I'm showing you neither do blueprints because it's the same documentation. I should do a lot of multiplayer stuff in blueprints. You stop performing and blows the network calls. Yeah, it's not recommended from my understanding. Which is why I say for single player. You returned the small child was having a bad dream or something? I mean, what is the or something? Having a bad dream is one thing, but what if he has a gun? You said or something. What if the something is a gun? I'm just saying. If we don't know what that something is, that might need to be investigated. Okay? Might have been crying just cuz, unless you hit the gun. I mean, look, I feel like the kid seems a little too young to be playing Just Cause. And which point, I mean, at least play Just Cause 3. I mean, like, it's the newest one, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they made a fourth one. Yeah, I think it's the third one's last. The point is, this seems dangerous. In Blueprint, can you set variables and stuff, or do you gotta adjust every number in entire? No. Blueprints are very nice, and look how colorful it is. It's like, oh yeah, and look, you can zoom out and immediately be like, oh, there's my attack section, there's my UI, there's the pause menu. Oh, I know exactly where this is. I just zoom into it. It's so nice. Oh, there's my dash. There's my stuff that happens when I'm possessed. There's my stuff that I initialize. You know how this would be in a C++ document? Text, text, text. Where is it? I don't know. Let's scroll. I hope I don't miss it. I don't like coding. Can you tell? It's all attached by scripts. I mean, yeah, I've never seen it, so I don't know much about it. Yeah, blueprints are well made, but keep in mind, blueprints have been around for a while now. For quite a while. Show you on the doll where C++ touched you. unless you're wrong, you can't truly do global coding, Godot. What do you mean by global coding? What is global coding? I don't like the fact that damage scale is here. What I could do is... What could I do? I don't think there's much I can do. I don't think there's much I can do. We can put it in code that affects entire game versus only the nodes it's attached to. Well, give an example. What would be something that affects the entire game? Because I'm not thinking of anything that could affect the entire game. Give an example. Yeah, I'm not storing this attack info. I'm only ever passing it through. Something like game state, maybe? I mean, you can change that per level. You won't really do that at runtime, though. Potato growing goofy small toy game. Well, if you want to like affect a ton of stuff, you could do that. You just make an event dispatcher, and then you can have all these things listen to it. And then when you do this thing, everything is like, oh, it has been updated. Let me change that thing based on this event that triggered. So you can do something like globally like that if you wanted to, without having it like attached specifically. This cannot be here, because this also needs to happen based on the current weapon. Yeah, current weapon. And we're only doing this on the greatsword. Oh god, I just realized we have the air blade as well. Shit. I just remembered. We don't have just the melee with sword and the spell bolt. We have air blade, which is a type of, which is slightly different. Ah, shit. Yep. We'll need to figure out that. Go to make a custom node and then have it send out signals for others to listen to. For yeah, basically the same thing I just described. Yeah, it's a, you make a dispatcher, and then other things listen to that dispatcher. Same thing. Most game engines do things similarly. It just might be called something a little different. That's the only thing. Probably need to do like an angled. It doesn't look great, I will say, as an image, but I mean it's fine for now. We'll see how this goes. What I need to do probably is soft brush it. Harness 0. Does not look good. But I mean, I guess it looks. I think it needs to be more diagonal. It needs to be more diagonal. Do I want to redo it? Hold on. Hold on. You're giving me vibes of the ARPG you played recently. Let me find the name. Walson? I have not heard of this. The question I have to that statement is...
Pausing for ads.
Was it a good game? Or was it a shit game? Because depending on the answer to that, you I'll wait for the ads. Wait for the ads. Good enough. Welcome back, Sageless. Ads are almost over. There we go. Was the game good? They say it reminds you of it, but that's that good, or is it bad, or is the game shit? It's like, oh yeah, this game also seems shit. Unity feels like a game engine built by a team that has to make games in the engine, and Unity feels like an engine built by devs guessing what the devs need. I mean, let's not forget Unity's thing that they did, what, over a year ago now? With their freaking with their model. Also, I just remembered, sorry. This is where on the baby C++ touched me. It's all over my face and my neck and clearly my legs and arms, really just everywhere. It's been bad. Yeah. As you can see, I'm suffering the scars of it. As we stop using Unity, yeah, that's why a lot of people stop using Unity. There is no cure. Nope. None exists. Stop using Unity because it's lacking game modes. And you don't really like UI toolkit. So what do you mean by it's lacking game modes? Because like, I make my own game mode in Unreal. Like all the logic of the game mode is I build myself. All your focus is dabbling in Godot or UE5. You don't really consider any other option personally? I mean, if you can do Godot, I mean, that's impressive as hell. Yeah, because I can't. I'm impressed because I can't do it. The game mode system in Unreal Engine doesn't exist in Unity, and you miss it so much. Interesting. All I use basic game mode I use as anything that is to do with the game, I put in there. That's how I use the game mode. Right? So if it is a game-wide mechanic or game-wide variable or anything that is game-wide, I store in the game mode. Now, is that the right way to do it? I don't know, but that's what I do. And it's been great. Because I can access from there the player or anything else I need. It is basically the hub of everything. It is the core of my game. More of that in game state. What is the game state? What is the difference in game state and game mode? There's no game state. There's game mode. There's player controller class. There's game state class. I assume that's what you mean. Game state is what's supposed to hold all of your current level state. What do you mean current levels? So I don't store current. So I'm not. What are the current levels? What is a level state? I have Yeah, my HUD class, my controller, my controller class, which is the canvas, which I don't really do much with. I don't do much with the controller class. I know it's where you're supposed to put all the controls for the player. I didn't put it there. I just put it in the player character. When it's single player, it's not a big deal. So whatever. Yeah, there's a game state, which is I haven't done anything with, and the player state, which I haven't done anything with. And obviously spectator, I don't have spectators. So yeah, these three I haven't done anything with. The game state object is recreated when the level changes. But so is the game mode. The game mode is reloaded every time you load a new level. It's the same thing. But the game state is supposed to hold things like score and timers and stuff. Yeah, all that stuff is on the game mode for me. Like I said, I'm probably not right, but it works so well. Yeah, parent game mode is more logic, and game state is more like state of things. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For single player, like what I'm doing is fine. It doesn't matter. For multiplayer, what you're like, you want things in actual specific locations. Because I don't have a state of, like, I don't have like, oh, the environment could be one or the other. But even then, like, the variable state saved in the save game, and then I load it into the game mode. In my version, I don't know. All the scores and timers you need to manually make and go down with nodes. Wait, what do you mean by hold on a second. When you say timers, do you mean you cannot do like a timer that just has a looping timer, like every certain amount of seconds? Is this not possible? Hey Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Game state is good for multiplayer or server information, so everyone is consistent. Got it. So I don't need it. Fantastic. You can make a timer, so sorta. You gotta reference it manually in code. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds miserable. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Same with Unity. Yeah, that... Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Unreal Engine. Probably should stick with that. Oh yeah, I still haven't put up the fact that I'm what was it called? Instructor thing? I'm an Unreal instructor. I forget the word before it. I forget. I haven't put up the icon or anything anywhere. I should do that. Thanks, Sudoku. 。 It used to cause the signal to start timer. Oof. Authorized. I'm an authorized instructor because every other instructor for Unreal is not authorized. That is clearly what that means. Okay, so we have... I don't think the fact that damage scale is here. Is there any way for me to have the damage scale here? No, because I need to read it from somewhere, unless it's a variable I store in the player, which I don't want to do. Yeah, I gotta do it here. Great sword, damage, bar 4. Can I not read it? Oh, okay, fine, I'll do it here. Oh yeah, Unreal is not great at 2D. If you're gonna go like full 2D, it's not great. If you're gonna go 2.5D, then it's good. No, mine's 2.5D. It is 2D sprite characters, 3D environment. 2.5. It's a mix of 2D and 3D. Ran away. Jerk. All right. That is a very powerful attack because it can potentially hit multiple times, so really should do less damage. I'll lower it to 5x, and then let's actually set the cooldown for it to be 20 seconds. What if you were doing FPS with sprite enemies? Again, if you're making use of the 3D stuff, then you can make use of Unreal, like full everything. If you're not, if you're going full 2D, then there's better alternatives. Paper CD fills out a lot of gaps, but it doesn't still make it better than other engines that focus on 2D. I use Paper CD. That's how I do all my stuff. I couldn't do it without Paper CD. Yeah, it's a third-party plugin. It's not a built-in thing. Yeah, it's ZD. It's not Z2D, it's just ZD. Okay, so we have all the icons. So we now effectively have the regular greatsword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks. I think that's enough attacks for a single weapon, right? Cooldowns need to be adjusted. Probably still, like, or the health of enemies or something, because it's just, we can just go through everything and just annihilate everything now, because they weren't built to withstand all of this. But at the same time, this is fun as hell, and I kind of don't care. I can't. I freaking missed. Maybe I should increase the radius on that, but at the same time, maybe it should be very powerful, but it's just hard to aim. But against bosses, it'll be very. Oh, actually, there's one thing we need to test. Hold on. Let me give myself, oh, but so radial burst is not going to work yet, right? Radial burst does the effect in all directions, but not the damage. I'm pretty sure. I take no no credit on that, Sageless. That's a pack I bought for Unreal. I am not a Niagara person, so I take no credit. Let me see if I did, because this might still work actually. If I turn this on. Right, we have our cone here. And if I turn on radial burst. Oh, gotta wait for it. Learn one engine at a time. Don't try and learn two. It'll slow you down. Oh, yeah. You'll definitely get slowed down. But, you know. It works! Yeah. Yeah. It works. Can I go back to, yeah, these? And then I want to check the... this one. So I need to do override concurrency and just make it 1 for trigger time 1. Which one? Override 1. Let's see if this helps the problem. Of them all firing at the same time and making it very loud. Throwing yourself into a project is always the best way to learn programming. I mean, It's, if you mean programming as in coding, then the only way to learn coding is to want to learn coding. Throwing yourself into a project won't help. Trust me, I've tried. You need to actually enjoy it. If you don't, it'll never happen. Speaking from experience. Don't get stuck in tutorial hell. I don't know. I learn from tutorials all the time. That's how I learn everything. But tutorial hell is only tutorial hell is if you only watch a tutorial and that's it. But if you watch a tutorial and then build upon it, or watch a tutorial and try utilizing somewhere else, you know, or just something on top of just watching it, then you will progress a lot. If you just watch a tutorial and just recreate it step by step and that's it, with nothing different, then yeah. You need to utilize whatever it is in a different way. Hey, Ribbon Sticks, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Were you here for a while? It doesn't say first message. Did I miss your first message when you came in? Sorry. Hello, Laudanum. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. There is no trick to life to man. There is no puzzle. A man just has to survive the best way he can manage. I mean, he doesn't have to. Hey, B, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do I have a tutorial for PCG caves? I mean, yes. Just search cave in my videos. Treat me like ASMR. No. Usually the first time someone writes a message, it says first words, but I didn't say it for you, so I feel like you said something earlier. Oh yeah, you did. I see it here. Unreal has one of the greatest communities though, so I think that's great. You can make anything with it. Yeah, that's the message I missed. There it is. You really have to have a will to do it. Yeah. So much stress around you? I mean, I don't know. I'm not stressed. I'm perfectly good. Let me try. I want to go here. I need to find the specific audio cues for these. I want to see. Could I do 2? What does that sound like? For a game like Project Warlock, is UE5 better or Godot? Project Warlock. I have not heard of it. I can look it up real quick. Okay. That seems fine. And if I turn on you... I'll gotta wait for the thing. Okay. Project Warlock. Well, that's a 3D game. So yeah, you could do it in Unreal for sure. Yeah, this is a 3D environment you move through. You could have pixelized, stylized things, but you could absolutely do this in Unreal. When we say 2D games, we mean you know, 2D games. Like, actually 2D games. Yeah, that's a 2.5D shooter. So something like this, you would not want to do in Unreal. You would be using like a single percentage of Unreal for some, instead of using like a full functionality of an engine. There we go. That sounds good. You're still asking the wrong questions, you guess, because you don't know enough about each feature. So, without being in tutorial hell, you should still watch tutorials just to watch tutorials to see how different things are done and what exists. You don't need to recreate anything, but if you're just watching tutorials and you're doing it with the purpose of learning either a new way of doing something or a new tool, I think that is a good use of time. That's how I got to where I am. I watched so many tutorials. I still watch tutorials all the time. Well, okay, less so. But I got here because of video tutorials about everything. I watched things that didn't even matter to me. I watched tutorials on how to draw cars. I took a class on drawing cars. Why? Because I just wanted to learn something new. Tutorials are great. I've never been quote unquote tutorial hell, so, or at least for my understanding of what tutorial hell is. So, yeah, you can build anything you want in Unreal Engine. It's just not the best engine for everything. Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
You can't get over how clean blueprints look. Not every blueprint is like that. Sage just can't hear me. Tutorial hell is something a lot of new devs go through. They get in a tutorial loop but never actually learn how to build anything, just follow tutorials. Yeah, but that means you're not really learning from the tutorials in general. You're just watching videos. Right? If you watch the video, and even if you follow this, follow step by step, you need to understand why you need to be actively thinking about it. I'll wait for the ads to finish it. Welcome back. Another 20 seconds of ads. They're good. I think I remember one of them in that you posted as Kronik. I'm tempted to go searching for it, but I'm not gonna. So I believe it's this button. So, right, tutorial hell is something a lot of new devs go through. They get in a tutorial loop, but never actually learn how to build anything, just follow tutorials. But that, to me, that effectively means that you're not even learning the tutorial, what the tutorial is trying to teach. You're just, he put square in square hole. No, he put triangle in triangle hole. Why did he do it? What is the logic? What is he trying to accomplish with this? What does that node do? Like, none of that, right? None of those questions go through your mind. You're just saying, oh, shape, go shape. Right? You're not learning anything. Then what's the point of watching the tutorial? Right? Like, at that point, you're not... The problem is not the tutorial. The problem is the person's not engaged in actually learning and understanding what the tutorial is trying to teach you. Hopefully that makes sense. Because you can copy and paste the tutorial and understand the entire process. Copy and pasting that tutorial and doing step by step what the tutorial is guiding you is not a problem. I've done that a lot, and I've learned tons. But the problem is if you're doing it without thinking of why you're doing it and what is it actually showing you and like explaining, that becomes the problem. Are you saying that's Kronex so I can go find it? I can go find it if you want me to show it. I shoot in a 20-minute video when you're just trying to learn about one node. Yeah. But no one's going to make a tutorial for just one node, right? Well, there was one person that made tutorials for one node. He stopped around Unreal Engine 5. Wozniak, if I recall. Is that... I think that's his name? Wozniak? No. Or is that... No. No, what? It was something different, right? I don't remember his name. I think Wozniak is the Apple guy. Or is Wozniak the Apple guy? I don't remember. But the point is, how did he miss? I think I need to increase the radius on that attack. Yeah, well, these are nodes. Yeah, this is all nodes. Yeah. Yes, okay. He got a job at Epic. He no longer works at Epic. He got what we like to call in the business fired. So we like to call in the business. He got fired. Well, he didn't, okay, let me rephrase. He didn't get fired. I believe he got laid off. To me, it's the same thing. The result is he no longer works there. Technically, it is not firing. It is being laid off. Just to be clear, from what I heard. Because I think the entire department where he was in got scrapped. That's what I heard. I don't know how accurate that is, but they need more people like him. Like when you hire someone like that, you really should like, oh, he's good at making tutorials. Maybe we should have him make tutorials for all the stuff we're making. Why is they hire someone like that? I feel like that'd be so useful. Oh, Sageless, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Is it like a community tutorial thing? Possibly. Oh. And on 2D in Godot. Small bit, but I haven't tried 3D in Godot yet. I mean, try it. Why not? You got nothing to lose. All your things to learn, and then you'll know about 3D. And then there are people that I know that you take 3D and you render it pixelated in and still use it in a 2D environment. I've seen that done. you could end up like combining it all, which could look cool. So, for the record, so this attack does 100 damage. This attack does 10. This attack does 30, 50, 70. So, things need to probably rebalance. And really, I think in terms of enemies' health here, I'm almost tempted to not really give them that much more health. Because I kind of like this, but maybe have more enemies now. Now I'm tempted to just have more enemies because it's kind of fun to destroy large groups of these. And then bosses would need a lot more health. A lot more health. Dear God, they need a lot more health now. Gotcha. You're going to want something to build up to? In what sense? What do you mean? The boss will have a lot more health. Now that we're doing this, it's going to have a lot more health. Like, at least 10x more health. Powers of being swarmed with enemies. Yeah, but what do you mean by build up to? You will get still stronger. So keep in mind, this was level 1. Next level, enemies will have more health, and then more health, and then more health, and then more health, and do more and more damage as well every floor. So as long as I get the scaling correct for each one, right, they'll become less and less squishy as time goes on, assuming that you don't increase your damage in any way. Yeah, pop over to YouTube. Is the only one on Twitch. You're not the only one on Twitch. Oh yeah, it's Sudokid is out. I'll have a good one, Sudokid, if you're... I just saw that. Yeah, a majority of people are definitely on the YouTube side for me. For sure. But I think we're good on these attacks, on the basic weapon attacks. For now, which means the next ones to work with are projectiles. That's the next weapon to work with. So we have right this, and this as our actual basic attacks. Right. But the actual 1, 2, 3, 4 don't do anything yet. But if we go take a look at the effects, I put this under range, but I made it melee. I just realized. This is ranged. Why did I make this a melee attack? This was supposed to be the melee attack. Well, okay, well, we have one range. Okay, let's, we gotta make, whoopsie. This was marked as ranged. I made it into the melee. It's fine. We'll move this over to the ranged ones. We have it already made. We just need to, make this one. Hey, Loki, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You're on your own now. That's okay. Chain Lightning I want to make eventually as a power-up for sure. And it'll be like Flicker Strike and Path of Exile for the melee version. This pack is awesome. So what we're gonna want to do, I guess, is swap out the attack for this one. Does this scale? No. Scale literally does nothing. Hold on, all size. Oh, hold on. I just realized they have an all size thing. I mean, I'm not gonna make it that big, but wait, hold on. Did this thing have an all size? Oh my god, it did. I can just use the variable all size to control this. I mean, it breaks at a certain point, but still. Damn it. So in terms of length, right, this is the thing that I have. So that's going to go into the projectile weapon. And that straight line is going to go into... so we have this one, which is a straight line, but potentially does more damage up close. We have this one. And then we'll have... well, this one. They're all straight lines, though. More or less. Oh, let's go back to the ear. These two are ranged, which this one we have. This is ranged, right? And this is going to be ranged. None of these really scream that like good for melee. I don't want to use the other pack stuff because these are just so good. Yeah, I guess I should use this. Okay, what's going to be the difference then? How do we... this one obviously is AoE around us. Cool. This one, let's make it bigger. Right, this one is potentially hits multiple, the same enemy multiple times, and is in a shorter range. This is just like bam, attack. So this one has a use case. This one has a use case. So these two have, these two have a use case. What is the use case for this one versus this one? I guess we can make this one go further. It's just, as long as it goes further, their use case is, well, that's it. It's a narrower but longer attack compared to this one, which is a shorter but wider one in front. And then this one's gonna be a little harder to hit enemies with, so it'll probably do a little more damage. How long is it going to take you to finish the game? A long time. A long time. My current goal is by end of next year to have the game in a place where I'm considering doing a Kickstarter or early access or something like that. That's where I want to be in about a year. Yeah. Now we'll see where I am in a year, but that's kind of the hope. Theoretically, swapping out the attack right now is relatively simple. If I go to hotbar 3 here, this needs to go here. We swap out the animation. It starts at 100. The only thing is, I don't have a way of scaling this one, so what we're going to do is come here and just call this scaled. And for this one, this will be 4x. So it'll be and then this will need to be let's see how long the animation is. So pretty much until he's getting up. And he's getting up around here. So we can have that entire thing be the attack. So the attack is just going to be, it's going to last a long time. So the benefit of this one will be the attack will be a long time. So it will be from 100, let's say, to, we'll find out how long it needs to be. Radius, let's see, 100. I can return. Let's go for duration. Get way too long, but not, insanely way too long. 1500. That's, you know what? Very close to that one. Third time the charm? Yeah, third time's the charm. Okay. Let's go ahead and just reduce the cooldown on this for the testing. Okay, so this one, right, is very narrow but long. Versus this one, which is shorter but wider. This one's obviously an AoE around. This one is relatively short, but potential to hit multiple enemies. So they do sort of different things. I mean, do we want to make this even longer? I mean, it is pretty long already. I don't think we want to make it even longer. I mean, it goes off screen if you go sideways, so yeah, I think we're fine with the length, probably. Okay. Let's put that, I don't know, 25. Okay, so what we need to do is now change the damage on it. So the damage right now is 10x. Honestly, considering that it's going to be a long range, hard to hit, low thing, I mean, I'll leave the damage as is. I feel like it's harder to hit with this one, so yeah, let's keep that. We do need a new image for it, though. Let's go here real quick. Source location. And move the original icon into its own folder. Arranged. And now let's go ahead and make a new thing here. So I need to attack probably diagonally, right? For this. Oh, I need to turn off the debug. Gotta turn off the debug. I probably need to catch it. Oh. I need to catch it during the that arc attack. When it's still going. Excuse me. So. Nope. Gotta get my hands in position. Yeah, something like that. Let's try it. That might be good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I know it's all blown out, but it looks better here. And I can always make it darker later. It might have been easier to take the pictures in the room that has all the effects. No, because I need to get in. It needs to fire only once, and those continuously fire. So it would be a little more difficult there. Plus, I don't have the. There's walls everywhere. Yeah. It's fine. So now I just do a re-import. And now let's try it out. Let's give it a whirl. Also, it goes, it follows the contour, but the trace doesn't. This one's doesn't follow the contour. I guess I should probably turn off the following on the contour. It looks so cool. How do I don't know how I would have a trace with it though. I don't think it's I don't think it'd be possible for me to. I think I need to turn off adaptive terrain. For the bottom up like you do with the other. So it just does a giant pillar.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
It would maybe. Let's try it after the ads. That might not be a terrible idea, actually. We'll try after the ads. Where's the animations? Yeah, we'll just stretch it so it goes up and down. And theoretically, it should be fine. Theoretically. There's a way you can make the bursts have gravity so they don't fly over the stairs. The bursts? We'll try to get one that's facing upwards. I'm sure I understand what you mean by bursts. Let's try this. So, kind of works. I'm gonna kill the cooldown. The ones that explode up. Oh. Oh, you mean do the same thing with these? Yeah, hold on. Let me see if that's an option. It is. It is an option. Hold. Dude, that is pretty cool. Okay, you see just what happened? The curve of it did not follow my path. It ended at the same place, but that's not quite working. I agree on this one. But no, but what was that last hitbox? Yeah, see that? Let me try to get an environment with a different angle. Nope. And you want facing up, please. I said, okay, there's a 50% chance of it facing up. Come on. There we go. So if I attack here, you see how it didn't quite go in a straight line where this thing is? It's cool, but yeah, it's interacting with everything. It's interacting with everything. I think everything that has probably the static mesh collisions. That's my guess. In this direction, it doesn't work great. I mean, it's fine, just not great. My concern is it doesn't quite land. I guess I can increase the width of the hitbox. Let's go try it out. Yeah, because it's not perfectly... like, on a perfectly straight line, right? It's knows no issues. All right, here was fine as well. I think I need to increase the radius of it a little bit. Why are you? What happened with you? You're just entirely broken. Okay. I mean, it lines up. More times than not, it does line up, I guess. So I think I don't need to have it go up as much in terms of the trace, because it's way too high. Yeah, I think we'll go with it. I might need to adjust the radius a little bit wider to feel good about it, though. So let's change. This to be, I don't know, 500. Should be plenty. Well, this is a happy zone. Only happy people allowed. I feel like something there is not quite right, but... Can't see. go. What happens if I do it over the stone? It's fine. Yeah, it goes over the stone. I think it's fine. You know, I don't think I need to increase the radius. I like that. I think it's fine. It's a very powerful attack. It's even more powerful now. So this one now goes over things, right? So did not go over that. Okay. I think, yeah, we go with that. It used to have a bigger cooldown for sure. Well, obviously, because right now it's 5 seconds for just testing. But it's surprisingly much easier to hit people with this than I thought. So it's gonna need to not do nearly as much damage as I was thinking it was going to. So instead of 10x, it's gonna do 5x. Because it is way easier to hit enemies with this. And it's gonna have a 30-second cooldown. Its benefit is the range. The range does so much. It's going around a curve. The points seem closer together. Yeah, probably. That might be it. Okay. So this is with the proper cooldown now. So we have this, which follows the stairs. This follows. This obviously does not, because it doesn't make sense for it to. And neither does this, because again, it doesn't make sense for it to. Yeah, okay. Looks good to me. Let's turn that off. That looks good to me. So theoretically, if I go to the weapons, spell bolt, and add slot 3 of ranged, bring you back. Let's put you in slot 3 as well. Cooldown 5. And then it'll be F. So I need to change some stuff. So here, when I have it say attack hotbar, it should be renamed to attack melee hotbar. Because we're gonna have a few different ones, right? And I can duplicate this, and this is going to be range hotbar 3. Don't forget an invisible slope under the stairs so they can go up the stairs. I mean, I don't know if that was the reason why, but I mean, that's just a temporary level anyway, so it's fine. Let me go to here. We want this one. Swap you out. Location, is 500, I think. And then damage was 10. Radius 500, 500. Radius is what, 300? I need to check. Let's see, if I grab you, look at that, we have this thing. Nothing happens when I press the button, because why? It does print, okay. So then we're looking back here. It should go... Attack F. Did I put in the wrong one? Oh wait, I never put it in, did I? I never put it in. So yes, I just need to increase the radius. Also, the animation's wrong. Needs to be using a different animation. Needs to be using a different animation. But did these have? I feel like these had animations. Maybe it had animations in the demo, but I don't think they came with animations. So yeah, like cast spell animations. That's what I need, because this is obviously a weapon attack. I'd want to use the cast spell animation. The only one I have right now is not even anything. It's just him having his arm out, pretty much. This. That's all I got, which I could use. I could use this. I guess for now, better than what we have. Attack is projectile, which means I'm gonna need to make this be a spell, so it does not shoot a projectile. But for spell, I needed to do all the traces still. Like a melee attack. But it needs to be considered a spell. For now, I'll make it melee. For now, I'll make it melee. I'll actually just copy this one. Why did that not work at all? I pressed undo. I probably should have pressed undo. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. 500, 500, 400, 500. Let's go back to you. Delete this. Rename you. So don't view anymore. And then the attack, the spawn comes here, but the attack might need to be like back here. We'll see. We'll see if this works. Did I not swap out the animation? Oh, I didn't. Oopsie. Whoopsie. This was meant to go out. Yeah, so the actual attack trace happens way too early. So I need a way of, I'm going to need to set up a custom way of somehow spawning in a collision or something later, like a delayed attack. I need to do a delayed attack compared to when it's triggered. I don't know how to do that. There's a Paragon animations? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to do this. The problem is we set this attack info with a trace and stop tracing. And I need it to happen at a specific times and places. But I guess that's what we did here. So I guess if I just expose all of this stuff and add a delay, I could do it. It would just need to be a version of this where where I have an exposed delay and then execute attack, another delay that I specify for how long it takes or lasts for, and then a stop delay. And then I can trigger it anywhere and just say delay by this amount. This is what happens. This is the information that that you just sent through, because it takes in the attack information. So we could pipe it all through. Yeah. You'd be like a delayed attack version. The problem is I would need to spawn an actor for it. I basically have to spawn an actor to do a delayed action. Because I can't trigger it on something. Because then if I trigger it multiple times, right, delays, this wouldn't work. So it has to be like spawn an actor with, yeah, and then delete and then destroy the actor. You can't just call an event with a vector and add a delay. The problem is I need to potentially, now retriggerable delay means that it will reset the delay every time it starts up again, which is not what I want. So what I want basically, I'll show you, is for me to, this is when I trigger it, but over here is when it starts. And I want it to last, let's say, this long, right? So cool. Time will pass and it will trigger here. But what if I wanted to have multiple of them trigger? What if I wanted to have, you know, one trigger here and then another trigger? Well, I would set up two here. But now this one sends a delay that's of a certain time, and this one sets a delay of a different time. But if I send two things to the same location with a delay, then the first one would just get, right, they would eat each other. Retrievable delay would make it so it just resets. So it starts the new time. So the first one would just disappear. It only trigger once. And a delay would mess, yeah, would mess things up because certain things might need to also end like earlier or later. So right. So I'm gonna need to do spawn an actor, do the effector in the time with a delay, and then destroy the actor. When the delay is done, it calls the other thing. How would it know what the other thing is? Right. These two happening during the animations. By the time this comes around, these are gone. Animations are over. It has no... So these two don't see this because that's way in the future. I could send the information about stuff from the animation graph, but again, doesn't quite work. So I'll probably need to spawn it and, yeah, call an event with a delay in it. Yeah, but again, same problem. You running it, if you run into a function multiple times, it's still the same function. Right. It will work. That method will only work with non-repeating attacks, which I guess, you know what, I guess I could just create a function for that and just use that function, and if I need the situation that I described and showed, then I'll just make a new custom things for those, like I did for the repeating one. That might be the best way. Does number one then no does number two? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I'll think about it tomorrow. It's late. My brain ain't braining. We got good stuff done though. Good stuff has been done. I'm glad. Yeah. We'll pick it up tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Unfortunately. For once, I say unfortunately. It is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll continue our fun power-up adventures tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.